How's it going? Today we're going to talk about the CIA Triad. It has nothing to do with the CIA, the agency. That's not what this is. This is a model. It's three core principles that basically define what it means to secure information. Those three things are confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality just means keeping data private. Only the people who are supposed to see it can see it. That could be passwords, personal information, financial data, medical records, whatever it is. If it's sensitive, you don't want just anybody getting access to it. So, how do you protect confidentiality? You've got things like encryption. If someone intercepts the data, they can't read it. You've got access controls, usernames, passwords, multi factor authentication, making sure only authorized users can get it. You've got permissions. Not everyone needs access to everything. That's called least privilege. Give people only what they need to do their job and nothing more. And then you've got stuff like network security, firewalls, VPNs, all that. If confidentiality fails, you get data breaches. That's when information leaks out to people who shouldn't have it. That's usually what you hear about in the news. The next one is integrity. Integrity means the data is accurate and hasn't been tampered with. So it's not just about keeping data secret, it's about making sure it's correct. If someone can change your data without you knowing, that's a problem. Think about a bank account. If someone alters the balance, even if they didn't steal the data, that's still a huge issue. So, how do you protect integrity? You've got hashing. That's where you take data and turn it into a fixed value. If the data changes, the hash changes, so you can detect if something was modified. You've got checksums, digital signatures, things like that. You've also got version control and login, keeping track of changes, who changed what and when. Permissions only play a role here. Not everyone should be able to edit or delete data. If integrity fails, you can't trust your data anymore. And if you can't trust your data, everything built on top of it starts to fall apart. Now, the last one is availability. Availability means the data and systems are accessible when you need them. So, even if your data is secure and accurate, it doesn't matter if you can't access it. Think about a website going down, or a system crashing, or a ransomware attack locking everything up. That's an availability problem. So, how do you protect availability? You've got redundancy, backups, multiple servers. If one fails, another takes over. You've got disaster recovery plans. If something goes wrong, how do you get back up and running? You've got things like load balancing to handle traffic and protection against attacks like DDoS. You've also got regular maintenance and updates to prevent systems from failing in the first place. If availability fails, people can't do their jobs, customers can't access services, and everything kind of just stops. So, those are the three: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Now, here's the important part: you don't just focus on one of these, you need all three. Because if you only focus on confidentiality, your system might be secure but unusable. If you only focus on availability, everything's accessible, including to attackers. If you only focus on integrity, your data might be accurate, but it could still be exposed or unavailable. It's a balance. And in real world cybersecurity, you're constantly making trade offs between these. For example, add more security controls might make a system harder to access, which can affect availability. Or making something highly available might introduce more entry points, which can affect confidentiality. So it's not just about knowing the three, it's about understanding how they interact. You'll see this everywhere: cloud computing, networking, application security, even physical security. When you're designing a system, you're thinking, how do I keep this data private? How do I make sure it stays accurate? And how do I make sure people can access it when they need to? That's the CIA Triad. If you understand this, you've got a solid foundation for pretty much everything else in cybersecurity. All right, that's it for this one. I hope that helped. If you're still with me, I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. And remember, Floppy Tech loves you.